Hello, gamers. Oh, sure. Welcome back to another amazing live stream by yours truly. How are we? How are we? Welcome back. Welcome back. We're playing more 428, 428, however you want to say it. I really don't think it matters. Shibuya Scramble. We've played this once before. We've played this once before, so this is gonna be our second time. I'm still getting used to the game and whatnot and stuff, but you know, it's basically visual novel with like maybe 2 ounces of gameplay, which, you know, me personally, that's how I love my games, bro. I don't like playing it. No, I'm kidding. Listen. I love a good visual novel. You know that like when I first started playing games, like I well, not like first started, you know what I mean, but like when I wanted to start playing games, I mostly just did like dating sims and other visual novels like that, just because I'm like, I never was the type of person that was like good at video games, and I still am not, though I do feel like I have improved from, you know, the previous iteration of me, where I, you know, did not know how to play games, period. I think I made some improvements so far, and hopefully we can continue. This whole Twitch channel is actually just a journey of me trying not to be bad at games. But enough yapping and more reading in the game. Let me pause the lo-fi beats and give you desktop audio instead. Here, one sec. Ugh. Let me refresh this page. Sorry, I had to fix my shit. Okay. Am I tabbed into the game? Well, either that. Is this the game? Oh yeah, this was the game where my fucking controller wouldn't work. Well, like, it worked for like 2 minutes and then not again. Madge, turn this game off. I don't want to play anymore. I have to play on my keyboard. And as y'all know, I'm not a keyboard gamer anymore. Bold of them to assume I even remember who I'm supposed to be playing as right now. Don't piss me off. Damn, dude. I don't remember what we were doing, or like where we were going with it. You know what I mean? Like, where was I left off? I don't even know. Hailing the foreigner. This is where we got a bad ending. How do I skip this? Is this new? Is this new or old? I don't know. The man darted down the something alleyway. He ran after him. I don't know. I didn't read any of it. Because I can't remember. Have I seen this? The man shot out onto a major thoroughfare, then bolted up a pedestrian bridge. Just where the heck was this guy heading? Oh yeah, because we had to be the other kid to save the girl, so that way she wouldn't be getting kidnapped, which wouldn't distract us from getting this guy, I think. Where the heck was this guy heading? You know, the question is a real good one. Okay. Halfway across the bridge, the man stopped abruptly. Cautious, Kano stopped as well. Is he British? He's giving like British aura. Take that as you will. Height, roughly 190 centimeters. Guys, how tall is that in American? Age 30s, hair dark brown, clothing all black. Thanks, I have fucking eyes. They didn't tell me anything I didn't know. Over 6 feet. Fair enough. I mean, like, I didn't need them to tell me that. A moment later, the man flashed a triumphant sneer and he held up the attaché case. Before Kano could even yell stop, it was already too late. The man threw the attaché case down to the roadway below. No! Panicking, Kano peered over the railing. A man on a motorcycle was waiting beneath the bridge. I've been had. Kano bit his lip hard. Damn it! Kano sprinted back down the bridge, hearing the bike's engine roar to life. He had to make it in time. What are you gonna do? Beat a motorcycle, bro? Descending the stairs 4 at a time, he leapt toward the roadway, but the bike sped out of reach and roared away in the direction of Yoyogi, leaving Kano in the dust. Looking back up at the overpass, he saw the man who'd thrown the attaché case running away. He handed the money off to someone else. He's currently on a motorcycle heading toward Yoyogi. His report to Kuze complete, Kano slumped down in dismay. The cops had played right into the criminal's hands. Now the crooks were getting away and people's lives were in danger. Was there any greater failure for policeman? Staring off into the distance where the man who'd thrown the case had disappeared, Kano gritted his teeth. Bro, average police moment, because what do you mean you had a whole stakeout and you still fucked this up? To be continued. New activity every day. You know, I like to keep it spicy. Yeah, another case of cop incompetence. That's what I'm saying. You get me, you get me. You finish reading both character stories for the hour. Of 10 o'clock. Of 10 o'clock, I guess. Sorry. And, you know, they could have just made the font a little bit smaller and fit that in. In 428, you'll make your way through all the protagonists' stories in parallel like this. Once everyone has reached the end of a given hour, the next hour can begin. This is like, ooh, welcome to Shibuya. Clear the 10 o'clock time block. Ooh, what the fuck is that? I was gonna say, this game is like, if you mixed, like, the time concept of, Ghost Trick with, like, I don't know, something else. Lovely game concept. Hope the writing is good enough. I mean, I've heard good things about this game. It's definitely a unique concept that I haven't seen anywhere else. Like, you know, we've seen similar things, like I said, like the Ghost Trick stuff, where, you know, you have certain time blocks where you do stuff in, and you have to, like, change how course of history goes, but it's in different ways, obviously. Like this, you actually have to, like, use the other players to influence choices, whereas with Ghost Trick, you are a ghost tricking things. This is the end of the tutorial for this part of the story. You can reread previous tutorial messages via the main menu. There's a lot of important info in there, so reread it closely. Now, 428 has reached the 11 o'clock time block. You have 5 protagonists available. Whose story will you read first? Guys, chat. Who do we want to read first? So if you didn't... Oh my god, that's scary. If you don't know, we first started as Kano, and then we went to Achi. Now I guess we have Tama. Oops. He does his little dancey dance. We've got Osawa. And then Mino Rikawa? Some reminds me of AI Somnium Files. Yeah. Which makes sense because, you know, I think this is also Spike Chunsoft. So, potential for overlap. Who do we want to go to? Do we want to do Tama? I think we're all curious about this. Like, okay, we got a guy in a mascot costume, apparently. Or a girl, I don't know. I mean, considering all the other characters are not females, I think we could see where this is going. Sausage Fest. It's so hot. I mean, in that costume? Oh, hell yeah. And you're in a city? It's so hot in this thing. Way too hot. I feel like I'm sitting in a sauna. Everyone else on the street looks nice and cool. But here I am, getting treated to my very own personal midsummer heat wave. On top of that, I can barely see. I can barely breathe, for that matter. But hey, what can I do? I'm so thirsty. Some iced tea would be amazing right now. I'm gonna pass out from dehydration and at this rate. I may as well admit it. I underestimated how tough this would be. Who knew wearing a mascot costume could be so uncomfortable? A delicate young lady like myself has no business doing this sort of job. It is a girl. I suddenly have so much respect for the people on those superhero team shows. Like, can you imagine doing action scenes in something like this? Heck, all I'm doing is standing here and I'm this close to calling it quits. But I can't. I need the work. I need the money. This is no time to be a wuss. If I give up on this, what else am I possibly going to do? Check out the revolutionary new diet drink, Burning Hammer. I thrust a free sample toward passerby while shouting as loud as I can. Was it tab? A free portion, usually quite small, of a product given. That looks like if that's it, if that's the free sample that she's holding, that looks like a decent sized sample to me. Of a product given out to consumers as a sales gimmick. allows them to test the quality and effect of a cosmetic or health product prior to purchase. Frequently referred to as a trial size or freebie version of the product. In addition to passing out free samples on the streets, some shops also include free samples with purchased products. Please note that simply taking a product without paying for it in order to test it is test it out is theft. Don't do it. Come on, give it a try. Oh, it's no use. People just walk by one after another. They avoid looking at the sample. It's been like this ever since I started standing here. What gives? You'd figure at least one person would have taken a bottle by now. I mean, it's free, but I haven't managed to give away a single one. If this keeps up, there's no way I'm getting paid. And then this whole miserable experience will have been for nothing. Just drink this and watch the pounds melt away. No exercising or dieting necessary. I can hear the desperation in my own voice. Just burn, burn, burn. Burn those pounds away. They're giving me cold looks now. I mean, why is the mascot a cat? Free drink? Gimme. Here, take a ball. Take a ball. They probably think I'm some shyster trying to offload dodgy product. It's that simple, folks. You just have to drink the weight away. I guarantee it. Heck, this whole thing reeks of a scam to me, too. In other words, it seems extremely dubious or suspicious. The word scam, referring to a type of dishonest scheme, is actually of unknown origin. Several folk etymologies have been proposed, including that it comes from a simple shortening of scandalous misdeeds, but these claims have little evidence to support them. Losing weight just by drinking some concoction is way too good to be true, but still, free is free. You'd think I'd be able to give one or two away. It's not like I'm not trying. Okay, pep talk time. You could do this. Think about the money. Just start with one bottle. Alright, I'm going to give this bottle away to the next person I see, no matter what. I close my eyes and gather my determination. I just need to get started, and the momentum will build from there. Guys, believers, rise up. Oh, hell no! One of those is my my partner, and then I guess the other one probably also works for the police. Alright, eyes open. There are two people walking in my direction. Wait, two? Oh no, which one do I pick? If I keep waffling, they're both going to pass me by. I just need to hand this bottle off. Which one of these guys looks more likely to take it? The homeless one? Clutching the free sample in my furry fist, I try to force it on the businessman to the left. I try to force it on the disheveled fellow to my right. I mean, in a way, like, I don't want to give it to who I know is an undercover cop. Because, like, you know, what if me doing that stops him from doing something else, right? I mean, I'm probably going to end up having to do both at some point. So, let's try the businessman. Clutching the free sample in my furry fist, I try to force it off on the businessman to my left. Here you go, sir. I'm a cat, right? It's so weird that it has stripes on the tail, but not on the face. So it makes me think it's not a cat. But then I'm like, what are you? I mean, I guess they could only have stripes on their tail. I guess. A free sample of Burning Hammer, the latest and greatest diet drink. The businessman flashes me a look of utter contempt and makes a point of avoiding me as he slips past. Bam, there goes the wind right out of my sails. I wonder how the other mascot is doing about now. There's a sales demo happening today at 1 o'clock at the Nokane building. Damn, why is he going with the sauce? Huh, Looks like the chicken has handed out all kinds of samples. I don't get it. How come nobody is taking mine? What could I possibly be doing wrong? I look at the clock. It's a little after 11. My morning of wandering around hawking diet drinks is just about over. I'll need to get ready to head over to the sales demo. I'd love to take the costume off, but then I'd have to carry it. The samples I haven't given away are almost too heavy as is. Oh well, I might not have gotten results, but I tried my best. I sure hope they don't withhold my pay or anything. Hey, what gives? You got that many left? The chicken speaks with a oh, sorry. What gives? You got that many left? The chicken speaks with a female voice. Yeah, I reply sheepishly. Nobody seems to want to take mine. Well, I mean, are you looking for the right targets? Huh? Like, groups of girls or bored-looking older ladies. Those are the type you gotta be gunning for, you know? Wow, I hadn't even considered that. Now that she says it, it seems so obvious. This is a diet drink, after all. Of course I'm not gonna have any luck trying to foist it off on random guys. Well, whatever, the chicken says. Here, give me the samples you've got left. I hand over my samples and the chicken dumps the whole lot into her basket. I'll drink whatever is left so they don't find out you didn't pass them out, she says. Huh? Wait, like all of them? Yeah, all of them. The chicken sounds pretty confident in herself. These may just be sample-sized bottles, but still, they add up to a lot. I could feel myself on the brink of tears at the kindness of her offer. Thank you so much. That's a huge help. I bow deeply, which makes my mascot head wobble. I hope you're actually being nice and this isn't some secret ploy to be mean to me, because I really don't want you to be mean to me. Leaving the station behind, we head down Center Gay? Towards the Nokane building. A multi-tenant office building in Udagawacha? Located in Center Guy, Shibuya's downtown district. In addition to hosting the weight loss drink sales demo, the building is also home to the foreign capital protection firm Japan Cellcom and the IT mainstay Shibuya OnNet Sun, video game developer Shindai Trodco, and Strike Back Labs, publisher of the monthly magazine Science Strikes Back, along with many other businesses. The Burning Hammer sales demo is going to be held there this afternoon. The job's supposed to pay 10,000 yen for the day. But if we can sell at least 100 bottles of the demo, they've promised another 10,000 on top of that. I don't think you got paid well enough for that. You gonna trust a chicken? I mean, for now, until they prove otherwise. I need to make sure I sell those 100 bottles. I need that 20,000 yen, and I need it ASAP. This music is wild. Like, okay, it's giving French. We arrive at the Nokane building, a rundown multi-tenant office complex. Listen, I read the thing. We head into the room where the Burning Hammer sales demo is taking place. There are already about 50 seats set out. I wonder how many people the free samples will pull in. A stage has been set up at the far end of the room. That's where I'm going to be standing, sipping Burning Hammer while explaining its effects to the customers. Hurry up and take that thing off. The chicken flaps her wings as she speaks. It's kind of early, but come on, let's have lunch. I'm starving. Now that she mentions it, I realize I'm pretty hungry myself. The demo's not starting for another 2 hours. Why do we have to leave then? I can't win a war against my stomach for that long. The chicken and I head to the waiting room where they set out our lunches for us. Mind getting my back real quick? The chicken asks. She arches her back towards me. No, I love this for us. Apparently, she can't reach her own zipper. I mean, the costume looks way bigger than the cat one. Oh, sure, give me a sec. I try to unzip the back of the chicken suit, but my own suit's thick, fuzzy fingers have a hard time of it. Oh god, please don't get stuck. Do you guys think we're gonna get stuck in here the whole time? What's the holdup? Come on, I'm roasting in this thing. Hurry up and get it off me. I've almost got it. It's just awkward with these mitts. I'm confused because usually a suit like hers, like you'd put the gloves on second, so, or like last, I mean. So I feel like you probably should be able to take them off first. Finally, I got hold of the zipper and yank it downward. A girl emerges from the chicken as if the chicken itself were an egg. I'm alive! Her red sweatshirt is drenched in sweat. Almost at once, she's kicking back and cooling off with a hand fan. Sorry, but would you mind getting me too, I ask? Yeah, okay. I turn my back to the girl. I hear metal clacking behind me. Oops. At long last, I'm about to be free of this this 5-ton fursuit. Please don't tell me. If this zipper is broken, I'm gonna kill myself. There's no way anyone shows up, right? Listen, I'll be surprised if more than like 2 people show up. I think maybe if we gave the I forget his name, but the officer, I think if we gave it to him, maybe he would have showed up. Huh? The girl murmurs awkwardly. Huh? What? A spike of anxiety hits me. What's wrong, I ask. Yeah, that's a no-go. Zipper's busted. What? Yeah, sorry. This thing ain't coming off. What? My vision goes dark. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this would send me over the edge. I would start having a panic attack in there. No, no, no! I tug desperately at the costume, but no luck. I'm trapped inside. Oh, what the crap! Well, we can talk to the boss about it when he gets back, the girl says. Here, one sec. I mean, it's not like we can just cut it off you with scissors or anything. She sounds entirely unconcerned. It's so unfair. I need to get out of this stuffy, sweltering steam bath as soon as possible. All I can do is clench my fist in impotent rage. But anyway, good work out there, the girl continues. So you're just gonna get out here and lie to me? Like, I know damn well I didn't do good today. Good work out there. Okay. I'm Chiriko Osugi, by the way. You can just call me Chiri. Chibi. She smiles as she introduces herself. I mean, I am a pretty cheery gal, after all. Chibi. She breaks into a hearty guffaw. Oh, sure, I say. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, for sure. So, I guess you're not gonna be able to eat lunch in that getup, huh? Oh, dude, I'm gonna starve to death and die. Huh? Gah, that's right. What should I do? Don't sweat it. Just leave it to me. Huh? I'll eat both lunches myself. Okay, that's not gonna help. Cherry doesn't even wait for me to reply before reaching for my lunch. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste, she says. She makes it sound like leftover food is a bigger concern than my hunger. I can feel my appetite stirring all the more as she devours my meal with a satisfied grin on her face. No, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be real pissed off. Yeah, and y'all, this would make me mad. A faint, pathetic gurgle rises from my belly. It's just a cheap little pre-packaged box lunch, but right now it looks like a feast. I'd be so mad. So what's your name? Cheery asks. Her cheeks are still packed with rice. My name? Yeah. Oh, it's, As I struggle to think of an answer, my eyes alight on the piece of tamagoyaki clutched between Cheery's chopsticks. The yellow slab of lightly grilled egg wobbles to and fro. I can see the insides from the way it's been sliced. It looks somewhat undercooked. Come on, what's your name? Hmm? Oh, right, Tama. It's Tama. Huh? You mean like the famous cat? Well, ain't that fittin'? Cheery chortles and stuffs the piece of tamagoyaki into her mouth, then takes a big swig of iced tea. I am beyond jealous. I wish I could gorge myself on those lunch boxes until I'm full to bursting. Heck, even a cold glass of iced tea would be a lifesaver right now. I'm so thirsty I'm starting to get all dizzy. Maybe I really am getting dehydrated. This isn't good. If I don't do something, I'm gonna pass out before the sales demo even starts. And then I remember something. The zipper down my back might be busted, but I can still take the head off, right? That way I'd still be able to eat and drink stuff. Alright, but then how are you gonna pee? I decide to... I think I'm gonna ask for help first. I decide to ask Cheery. Sorry, would you mind helping me pull my... Ow! I feel a dull throbbing pain at the back of my head. Like I bumped my head somewhere, but I don't remember doing that recently. Cheery flashes me a curious look. What are you doing? She asks. I thought maybe I could at least get the head off. That ain't gonna work. That thing's attached to the body. I slump forward in defeat, face planting on the tabletop. No. Most folk would have noticed that when they put it on, you know. Well, I didn't. The boss helped me get into this thing. Well, don't let it get you down, Cheery says. Here, drink some of this. She pulls a bottle with a straw from her bag and pours some of the tea into it. Aw, she looks cute, though. It's a fever of thirst. I jam the plastic straw through the mascot costume's mouth. Thankfully, it reaches as far as my own. I suck for all I'm worth. I suck and I suck and I suck. My body rejoices as the moisture returns to it, like rain coming to the desert. Yeah, period. And thus, I revive. Actually, it kind of does feel like I'm coming back to life. Oh, thank you so much. I am never going to forget this as long as I live. With tears welling up in my eyes, I clutched Cheery's hand in my fuzzy mitts. Oh, hey, I'm not the kind of person to abandon someone in need, you know, she replies. An embarrassed grin crosses her face. How come you're carrying this bottle around with you anyway, I ask. Oh, that's because I make my own protein juice. Protein? In Japan, the word protein is frequently used to refer to a powdered health food supplement. Yeah, I mean, me too. That contains vitamins and minerals as well as a protein component. I mean, yeah. Is that not what protein, like, I get what that means, huh? Like, here in Japan, it's this. And I'm like, okay, that's what I expected it to be. It is dissolved in milk or other liquid to create a drink. A protein diet typically involves drinking a glass of this in place of a meal. Drinking it in place of tea would assuredly lead to weight gain. Protein juice? Never heard of it. I heard that if you have protein juice for one of those 3 meals a day, you'll lose weight. So yeah, I kinda need to keep it. Given Cheery's sort of, well, chubby frame, I don't think the protein's been working, so great for her. Been working so great for her. I've been trying all sorts of stuff, but right now protein is totally the best thing for my diet. This stuff, though. Cheery casts her eyes at the samples of burning hammer on the table. It's like totally bogus. Huh? Bogus? That's a surprise. Well, yeah. You've got to exercise if you want to burn body fat. The best way to burn fat is to engage in steady, low-intensity aerobic exercise. After roughly 20 minutes of such exercise, the body burns through its available blood sugar, and the brain sends signals to have fat brought into the bloodstream. This is how fat is burned. Anaerobic exercise, which leaves you panting and breathless, is not effective. She smacks herself on one flabby arm. I mean, there's no way you're gonna lose weight by taking in more calories. Huh, didn't she just say she was drinking protein juice to lose weight? I kept that thought to myself. I mean, that'd be ridiculous as all-you-can-eat Kobe beef, she adds. She shakes her head seriously. I'm not sure about using all-you-can-eat anything as an example in a discussion about weight loss. But, again, I keep the thought to myself. But hey, a job's a job. Oh, but hey, a job's a job, Cheery says after a moment, perking up again. They tell me to sell this chunk, I'll sell it. A sudden wailing comes from the other side of the door. Please just give me time. I swear I'll get it back to you. What the heck? Cheery says. Is that the boss? I nod. That's definitely Mr. Gishida's voice. He's the guy who hired me, obviously. Oh my gosh. He's the guy who hired me. Settling up alongside Cheery, I very quietly open the door and take a peek inside. Is this Yakuza? Mr. Yanagishida is down on his hands and knees begging, while 2 uncouth-looking men glower at him. Just a little more time, that's all I ask, he pleads. Once I sell this stuff, I can pay you back. I see a tiny bottle of burning hammer in his hand. Just a little more. Just a little more, mimics the middle-aged fellow. I just gotta sell this. We've heard enough of that out of you. Yeah, the younger guy sneers. We ain't giving you any more time, so quit asking. But I really just need a little longer this time. You gotta believe me. From the look of things, Mr. Yanagishida is dealing with some loan sharks. Oh, we know about loan sharks, don't we? Though it seems obvious that this term refers to toothy predators of the deep, the word shark in this case actually has its origins in an older Germanic word meaning parasite, or someone who preys on others. The same word gives rise to terms pool shark and card shark. In the case of loan sharks, though, the initial mental image seems quite appropriate. And the two thugs are clearly in no mood for his continued groveling. Cheery and I exchange a glance. It's probably best if we don't go out there right now. But now I'm really worried. Am I actually going to get paid for this gig? As I'm pondering that, one of the men grabs Yanagishida by the nape of the neck and drags him to his feet. Come with us, pal. We'll take you someplace you can, work off your debts. Yeah, I don't think you're getting paid. Say what? Mr. Yanagishida wails. The two men drag him away. Oof. You know, yeah. Yeah, he's gone. Guess he's gone then, Cheery says. Okay, so can we, like, find a way to get this off of me? Considering, we don't have to worry about him getting mad about us potentially, destroying things. Right? Huh, I guess he's gone then. She's already starting to pack up her things. Damn. Wait, what are you doing? I ask. Going home. Not much point sticking around. Going home? I mean, the demo sure ain't happening now. Anyhow, it was nice working with you. See ya. Moments later, Cheery's out the door. Girl, I'm still stuck in this costume. Now what do I do? I've been left here all by myself. More or less. At a total loss. Bad end. Shift's over. She really just left. She was like, earlier she was like, yeah, I'm not having time to type a person to leave somebody in their blah 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 hour need. Now where are we? Oops. I didn't even select the hint. Oopsies. Can I go back to that? Hint. Our poor feline friend isn't going to get paid now that those debt collectors showed up and dragged her boss away. Oh, but if we get the cop to show up, he can stop it. If a certain someone hadn't told the thugs how to get to the Nokane building, they probably wouldn't have caught Yanagishida. The right decision happens at 11:15, but who has to make it? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Does it matter? I wonder if this one actually matters. Here you go, disheveled fellow. Clutching the free sample in my furry fist, I try to force it off on the disheveled fellow to my right. To my surprise, he takes it. Yippee! Huh? What's this? Oh, huh? What's this? He asks, lifting an eyebrow as he looks at the bottle. I flap my fuzzy arms and strike a cute pose as I launch into the product pitch. It's Burning Hammer, the #1 new diet drink. Please give it a try. No thanks, the man says. I knew he was going to hand it back. I'm good. No takesies backsies. I keep my arms held wide open and pretend I didn't hear that. Look. Oh, look, he says. I'm in a hurry. You should give this to someone else. He tries to hand the sample back to me, but I hold my ground. For a few moments, we are at a silent impasse. I'm like, if you don't put that fucking drink in your little shitty tote bag, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. Maybe he's weirded out by my cat alter ego holding its freeze frame pose, because eventually he looks away, slips the bottle into his pocket, and walks off. I did it. I finally got someone to take one. But there are still so many samples left. My brief surge of excitement dies before it can even fully take hold. I wonder how the other mascot is doing about now. How do I... Can I skip these a little faster? I don't actually know. Yeah, my bad. Is there a fast forward button? Let me hit every key on my keyboard. Oh, okay. Apparently we can take the text away and adjust the brightness. Okay. That is nice, though. Now that I do know that, if I want a specific image for my thumbnail, I can get it. So that's a... See, we're learning things. Good things. Oh, okay, here we go. Time chart controls, back, reread. Okay, but there's no, like, skip. I guess, could technically we go to my... Oh, no! Wait. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Let's do... I didn't mean to do that. I decided to yank it good and hard. I'm gonna break my own neck. I decided to grab the head in both hands and yank it upward with all my might. Bah. No, come on! No matter how hard I pull, it won't come off. Ow! A dull pain throbs at the back of my head. Okay, so it all basically does the same thing. And then I cry. Okay. How do I go, How do I go back to the characters? Like, am I supposed to click it from here? Wealth, status, honor. None of these mean anything to me. All I want is a peaceful life. To put worry behind me. To stay calm and serene. To be free of worldly concerns. Free at any cost. What in the anime opening? Is this gonna get me copyright struck? Please, I hope not. A cheery rhythm pumped from the CD player set up against the sturdy wall. It was the latest hit from Kamiki, the songwriter sensation who is blowing up the pop charts. Don't put it up louder! Kenji Osawa reached for the stereo remote on his desktop. He ratcheted the volume up a little louder. Oh god, this better not get me in trouble. I'm gonna be real mad. He looked like the sort of man who'd be more interested in classical music, but in fact, he was a huge fan of the girl rock popular with middle schoolers. Now tread lightly. Closing his eyes, he swayed back and forth in time with the music, humming his favorite lyrics under his breath. But his movements faltered. It's no use. Aya's voice usually soothed whatever ailed him, but today she couldn't help. Today, Osawa was a complete wreck in both body and mind. Mounds of paperwork were scattered across the desktop in his study. All of it about viruses and vaccines, bro. Can I play one? Like... Oh, really? And it had only been a week since he'd returned from a business trip to his company's branch office in the US. He was slated to go back in another week's time. Right. There was a truly staggering amount of work he needed to get through while he was at home. He picked up one of the papers, glanced at it aimlessly, and tossed it back onto the desk. Slumping back in his chair, he let out a long, deep sigh. He was in no mental state to work right now. A faint knock at the door barely roused him from his torpor. Director, may I come in? It was his vice director, Mamoru Tanaka. Sure, door's open. Tanaka came into the study. I know it's not a great time, but... Osawa could barely make out his words. He tapped the remote, lowering the volume of the music. Tanaka continued apologetically. A call came in from the lab. They're hoping for a response to the email they sent yesterday. I'm sure they don't need it today. Apparently they do need an answer as soon as possible, sir. I did ask them to give you some more time, but... I see. Osawa said wearily. All right, then. Tanaka dipped his head slightly and slipped out of the room. From Persona. Oh my goodness. Osawa contemplated his colleague. Tanaka was a man he could truly depend on. He has enough of his own work to do. He didn't need to come here again today, but he did. They'd been working in close concert ever since Osawa had gotten back to Japan. Without Tanaka's support, there was no way he would be in a mindset to do any work at all right now. Sidling up to his computer, Osawa opened his email program and started answering the work-related messages. He reported on his business travel expenses, offered his opinions on capital investments, requested confirmation on current medicinal stockpiles. He worked with bleak detachment. None of this meant anything to him right now. There was a new email, then a new email appeared in his inbox. The sender was identified simply as A. The subject line read, 1 year ago, South Africa. The message body was blank. There appeared to be multiple images attached. Ordinarily, Osawa would have deleted a message like this immediately, assuming that oh my god, it contained some kind of virus. But the words South Africa drew his attention. Could this possibly be related to the incident? He couldn't help but wonder. What to wonder? For a long moment, he hovered the cursor over one of the image files. At last, as if spurred on by the upbeat rhythm in his ears, he double-clicked the mouse. The fuck is this? Body bags? What is this? The grainy photograph showed a large room with a dozen or so people laid out in beds. It appeared to be some sort of medical ward? Osawa felt a strange flutter in his chest. He quickly opened another image. This one showed a close-up of one of the patients in the bed. Large red blotches covered his face. A large volume of blood appeared to be dripping from his ears and nostrils. Interesting. Is this some sort of zombie outbreak? No, I'm kidding. Jeez, it is giving like low-key Resident Evil right now. Like, is this actually Resident Evil 5? Oh my god. A cold shudder ran up Osawa's spine. What the hell? These symptoms. Osawa opened up the remaining image files. Each new picture showed another of the patients. They all appeared to be teetering on the brink of death. There was no doubt about it. These people were infected with the UA virus. Now wait a damn minute. This might actually just be Resident Evil. Be careful, Ashley. These residents are getting evil. To my knowledge, I don't think they've ever had a virus called UA, though. But, like, I mean, it's got U. That's close to the Ouroboros. And they did have an A virus, so, you know, like, it's, like, almost there. Wait, now I kind of want to look up all the different Resident Evil virus names, because there was, like, 20. I know there was, like, the T virus, Ouroboros, something else. There's, like, 20 different fucking Resident Evil. Resident Evil set in Japan. Let's go. The virus. 20. How many games has there been? I don't know. Not actually 20, probably. But you know, it feels like every game that there is, there's like a new virus. But how? Questions tumbled through Osawa's mind. His fingers tapped out a quick message. He doubted he'd get a response, but he might as well try. Who are you? Where are these images from? Also, I was thinking, this is unrelated to anything that we've been talking about, but the flashlights that I opened the other day, they got the fucking DNF colored flashlights, if you know, you know. Is it UA or UA? Like, I don't know how I should be saying this. The UA virus got its name from a Swahili word for flower. Okay, well maybe I should look up how to pronounce that word. Swahili. Oh, it is. Wait, let me see how they pronounce it.
Ua.
Ua. Ua.
Ua.
I guess so, yeah. So it's the flower virus? Ua. Okay. The Ua virus got its name from a Swahili word for flower. Supposedly, this was based on the fact that the propagated form of the virus resembled the petals of a flower. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like Hanahaki. So green and blue. Green and blue for what? Ooh, yeah. Despite the flowery name, however, the disease was anything but pretty. Ua didn't just mean flower, it also meant to kill. What a crazy coincidence. Actually, I don't think I read that other one. Mortality rate of 100. Because most details regarding the Ua virus has been suppressed, cases of Ua infection... Oh god, I smacked the mic, so sorry. Ua infection are largely unknown to the world at large. Because all patients known to be infected with the virus on official record have died within a short time frame, the mortality rate is given as 100%. As the incidence of known cases grows, the number may drop below 100%, but the mortality rate will likely remain extraordinarily high. And I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind. Oops. What did I just click? The Ua virus. The virus is roughly 90 nm to 110 nm in diameter. I'm assuming that's like nano meters. in diameter and 500 nanometers, I guess, maybe, to 700 long. Because of its pronounced sickle-like shape, it is sometimes known as the sickle of death. It possesses a viral envelope, the surface of which is coated with spike-shaped protein proturbia. Oh my god. Oh, it is nanometer. Girl, why didn't you put that at the start? 1/1000th of a meter. Okay. As its name suggested, the virus had a mortality rate of 100% in those it managed to infect. Moreover, there was a very short incubation period between infection, the onset of symptoms, and death. Inhaled viral particles can spread from the lungs to the lymph nodes and from there disperse throughout the body. The virus propagates in several places, including liver cells and macrophages, a component of the immune system, and destroys the endothelial cells within blood vessels. Upon reaching the brain, it forms a neural sludge of blood mixed with other bodily fluids. Okay. Wait, I kind of want to read that again. Within roughly 12 hours, bleeding would set in throughout the body, everywhere but the bones and muscles, with lethal results. Due to its incredibly high mortality rate, the disease's very existence has been kept hidden from public knowledge. Oof. Osawa's computer chimed to signify the arrival of a new email. The sender was A. Oh my god! It's Pretty Little Liars! He hurried to open the message. It is a creepy. He hurried to open the message. Once again, the subject line read, 1 year ago, South Africa. Your crimes. What did we do? Something tells me this is what my guess is. Here's my crackpot theory for you guys. I think that like 1 year ago we learned about like this disease, and so we probably were like testing on people over there, and it led to a lot of deaths or an outbreak or something like that. Is it possible that this guy is the father of the twins? The one, like, and that's why they're doing this. So like this is my theory. This guy was responsible for maybe an outbreak or something, and it probably led to people getting killed down in Africa. And then, you know, he comes back. Everything's hunky-dory, hunky-dory. Uh-oh, daughter gets kidnapped, right? Now he's got to pay a ransom. So they're doing all of this to, like, get back at him or something like that, maybe? And just everybody else happens to accidentally be caught up in it, too. That's my crack theory. My crimes? That left him only with further questions. He looked again at the images from the previous email. What makes any of this my crimes? He could see that the patient's bleeding was severe. He estimated that several hours had passed since the onset of the disease. It wouldn't be long before their lives were cut short. To feel that agony, that suffering, and then to perish, am I to blame for that? Another faint knock came to the door. Darling, do you have a moment? It was his wife. I. Yes, come in. Give me just a second. Hurriedly close my email. Just give me a second. Osawa hurriedly closed the mail program. Even if this was nothing more than some sick prank, it wasn't anything he wanted his family to see. Especially not I. Alright, come in. But Osawa turned to see that I had already let herself into the study. The sharp sting of her perfume made him scrunch up his face for a moment. Have you reconsidered the whole America thing? She asked. This again. Osawa thought sullenly to himself. Please, he said. Can we not discuss this right now? If not now, then when? You know this isn't a decision to just make on your own. On his latest business trip, a major American pharmaceutical firm had attempted to headhunt him, asking him to join them and be among the top researchers in the world. The money and prestige held no interest for him, and he was reluctant to turn his back on Okoshi Pharmaceutical after his many years of service. Nonetheless, he was intrigued by the offer. It would mean the chance to conduct his virus research in a much better funded environment. Taking the job would necessitate relocating to the US, however. When he had mentioned the possibility of emigrating to she shot the idea down on the spot. Her opposition was understandable. Ai's father, Suguru Makino, was a member of Okoshi Pharmaceuticals' board of directors. No way was he going to let Osawa jump ship to another company. Darling, please. I drew closer to him. Think about it from my perspective. If you leave for America, what am I supposed to tell my father? He'd gotten so used to it. That grating whine of hers. Have you considered what might happen to Okoshi if you leave, dear? We can discuss this once all this is finished. Osawa kept his voice as level as he could. You do remember that you're a director, right? I said. You have a responsibility. You have responsibilities. Stop thinking about yourself so much. With a sour look, I turned and departed. Damn, bro. Well, he had known that moving to America would never be a simple matter, regardless of what his wife thought about it. There was another reason, however. The antiviral agent he had developed at Okoshi. A therapeutic drug used to treat viral infections. Examples include the drugs used against influenza and HIV. These treatments do not eliminate the infection, rather, they simply inhibit the development of the disease. There are still many issues with such drugs, including the risks that treated viruses possess or develop a resistance that makes the treatment ineffective. Academic institutions and pharmaceutical companies worldwide devote tremendous resources to further advancing the field of antiviral medicine. After the UA virus was discovered, the infectious disease research facilities worldwide had thrown themselves into a top-secret effort to develop a vaccine. Vaccines function by safely introducing a harmless or attenuated version of a virus or other pathogen into the human body. This triggers the body to produce antibodies against the pathogen, making it difficult for the dangerous version to take hold. But Makino had ordered Osawa to work on creating an antiviral agent, not a vaccine. A vaccine immunized the subject in order to prevent infection in the first place. Conversely, an antiviral agent could be used to treat patients already infected. It was a so-called wonder drug for combating the virus itself. Creating such a drug was far easier said than done. Developing the antiviral had been a long, arduous road. I almost said process. Only after years of research had Osawa's team succeeded in identifying a substance that might qualify as an antiviral agent for UA. Hoorah! Oops, I'm knocking shit over again. In theory, in game theory, we all laugh. Okay. After years of research had Osawa's team succeeded in identifying a substance that might qualify as an antiviral agent for UA. In theory, if it was administered during the viral's initial stages, 100% recovery could be attained. Okay. Data also suggested an 80% survival rate for patients treated shortly after the onset of symptoms. But there was a fatal flaw with the new antiviral agent. Oh god. This is gonna be what our crimes were. Round of applause, lol. The side effects on the body were unusually potent. If it was administered in amounts beyond a certain threshold, it was linked to life-threatening complications. For a time, research was at an impasse. It had seemed that the drug had to be administered in high volume to combat the explosive propagation of the UA virus. But then Osawa had received some fortuitous news. Okoshi Pharmaceuticals' nanotechnology branch had engineered a cutting-edge device known as DDS. Technology created and are operated on an extremely small scale, often measured in nanometers. There are 1 billion nanometers in a meter. Oh my god. Some nanotech devices are literally regulated on an atomic level. The possibilities are ever expanding in practical fields such as medicine and material sciences. The United States is among the world leaders in the push for research and development. Acronym for Drug Delivery System. Such a system administers ultramicroscopic drug capsules to targeted areas of the body. Osawa had jumped on it immediately. By administering his antiviral agent with the nanotech DDS, he was able to use smaller amounts of the drug to quash the UA virus with precision. The procedure was a huge success. There was a marked increase in the drug's efficiency, along with the expected decrease in adverse side effects. The effects had been confirmed via animal testing on monkeys, and now the antiviral was ready for the final development stages, clinical trials on humans. See, I told y'all. This is gonna be our crimes. I'm gonna assume it didn't work on humans and it's gonna kill them. But the very existence of this new wonder drug was still a secret. No doubt, Okoshi's leadership would be reluctant to see Osawa, the drug's lead researcher, transferred to another company. Still, it wasn't completely outside the realm of possibility. Once the antiviral was out of development and announced to the public, Osawa would be free and clear. For that very reason, he was loath to cause any friction over the drug right now. This anxiety only magnified his concern about the email he just received. Hello? Osawa called up Tanaka over the intercom. There was something I wanted to show you. Could you come in here? He needed a second opinion, and Tanaka could be relied upon. Osawa opened the door the moment Tanaka knocked. He looked around before ushering his vice director inside. What's this about, sir? This. Osawa showed him one of the images. And what are the images, am I right? Tanaka's face went pale. It can't be. Tanaka clearly recognized the symptoms of the UA virus. Any idea what this is about? Osawa asked. No, sir. These images were just emailed to me. The subject line says, 1 year ago, South Africa. That would put it around the same time as the most recent run of infections, wouldn't it, sir? But that information isn't... Tanaka trailed off. Osawa nodded. The thing I don't understand is why these pictures were sent to me. Is it because we didn't work on a vaccine and we did the antiviral instead, or... Osawa opened the other email from A. The second message I got says that these pictures are my crimes. I'll look into this on my end, sir, Tanaka said. He hesitated uncomfortably. Sir, just to make sure, Are you asking about what I think you're asking about? Osawa said. Tanaka gave a slight nod. Understood. Osawa said. Don't worry. I won't trouble you. I appreciate that, sir. Visibly relieved, Tanaka left the study. Huh. Osawa brought up a folder marked UA virus on screen. Within the folder were enlarged images of the virus itself. He double-clicked one of the images. It blew up on the monitor to reveal the pathogen in intricate detail. A specimen of the UA virus was approximately 100 nanometers in diameter. "10,000 of them in a line would take barely a millimeter." That's crazy. But a single tiny virion, upon entering the human body, could become 2,000 in an hour. That speed of multiplication was nothing short of astonishing. Even the Ebola. Yo, Ebola mention. Shout out. Y'all remember Ebola? Tell me if you were there for that. Were you a cognizant human when the Ebola virus was a threat? I remember. Even the Ebola virus had a typical incubation period of 7 days or so before infectees developed symptoms. Y'all had to be there for Ebola virus and I think it was swine flu? Y'all had to be there. All you know is COVID, but you weren't there for the OG. Ebola virus. A virus of the family, I'm not even trying to say that causes Ebola hemorrhagic fever. Currently, 5 characterized species are known: Typhorus, Sudan, Reston, Zaire, and Bundi Bugyo. Ebola is widely known for its high mortality rate, 53% for the Sudan form, 88% for the Zaire form. But the Reston variety, discovered in monkeys, had been brought into the US, has displayed no pathogenicity in humans. For influenza, it was 1 or 2. Open the door in influenza. But the onset of the UA virus happened in a mere 12 hours. Wasn't an OG of viruses, sadly. It's okay, you youngins these days. on, I'm gonna have a little bit of a chocolate. As a treat, my mouth is dry as hell. Osawa viewed an image slideshow of the virus's propagation mechanism. It was a fascinating sight, no matter how many times he looked at it. Viruses existed to multiply, nothing more. Bro, viruses and like stuff like that is just so wild. Because they literally just like exist. They just pop out of nowhere sometimes. They had no motives, no driving logic, nothing but simple multiplication. To Osawa, that fact held a certain air of mystery. If viruses had emotions, how would they feel about their lives? He had thrown himself into virus research in search of answers to questions like that. Answers that no man could truly ever know. His development of the antiviral agent had really been nothing more than another job responsibility. He felt no particular sense of duty to protect people from a killer virus. He was just happy for the chance to play around with UA day after day. Freak. Another email arrived in his inbox. Oh god, what does it say? The sender A. The subject, 1 year ago, South Africa again. Osawa read the message. Do not look away. These are your crimes. This time, there were 4 images attached. Osawa proceeded to open each of them in turn. The first shocked Osawa so much he felt like he'd been punched in the head. One of the UA patients from the earlier images was being injected with something. No. Osawa muttered to himself. It can't be. The second image showed one of the infected hunched over in pain, vomiting up blood. The symptoms had already manifested, but Osawa thought he could see some degree of life had come back into the patient's eyes. He rushed to open the third image. It showed a morgue piled high with corpses. The rictus of anguish on the dead faces made them look no longer human. Various fluids seeped from the eyes and nostrils. The lymph nodes were grotesquely swollen. Small organs that function as part of the lymphatic system in mammals. When a foreign substance invades the body, the lymph nodes detect it, prompting the production of white blood cells such as lymphocytes and macrophages to consume the invader. The viral infection sometimes causes the lymph nodes to swell up as a result of increased activities. Okay. There were hospital beds stained with massive amounts of blood and gastric fluids. Next came the fourth and final image. They had badges affixed to their chests with various labels. 6 hours passed, 12 hours passed, and 18 hours passed. It looked as if someone had been attempting live trials with the antiviral agent. Osawa didn't consider the antiviral agent ready for release, but that was because his team hadn't conducted clinical trials on humans yet. And there was a good reason why such trials hadn't been conducted. There was no way to test the efficiency efficacy of the drug without an infected patient. To run a proper clinical test, someone would first need to be infected with the UA virus. No matter how effective animal testing had been, if the drug proved ineffective on humans, the person would have a guaranteed death sentence. It was unthinkable to run trials that involved such a deadly risk. And yet, as he looked over the images again and again, Osawa became certain. Without his knowledge, someone, presumably someone from Okoshi Pharmaceutical, had conducted human testing with the antiviral agent. The time markers on the corpses in the fourth image were surely there to mark the time elapsed since the onset of symptoms. A thorough trial would test the drug's effectiveness in those time frames. Osawa slammed his fists on the desk, enraged. This was nothing short of vile human experimentation in the guise of clinical testing. The people responsible could not be allowed to get away with this. There was only one person Osawa could trust to keep this under wraps: his boss, Makino. He reached for his phone to call Makino, but he stopped short as soon as he picked up the receiver. He knew he was in no state of mind to have a calm, reasoned conversation right now. Turning to the CD player, he put on Aya Kamiki's latest album. This is a very word-heavy game. It sure is. Leaning back in his chair, he surrendered himself to her soothing tones. Bit by bit, he could feel himself returning to a calmer emotional state. Dude, he's got his little parasocial relationship. There had been a time when Osawa hadn't listened to music at all. In fact, he had no interest in the arts in general. Music, painting, cinema. It was only due to a simple coincidence that he had found Aya Kamiki. His daughter had asked for a CD as a birthday present, so he swung by the store to pick one up. Since Kamiki's new album had just come out, there was a display for it in the front of the front of the shop. Something about the bright, colorful album packaging had drawn him in. After a time, Osawa could feel himself growing calmer. He took a nice deep breath. Then he dialed up Makino. He closed his eyes and tried to banish his nerves completely. What should we do? You think you're ready to call? Or should we banish all the nerves? Let's banish our nerves completely. First he took a nice deep breath, then he closed his eyes and tried to banish his nerves completely. Inclining his head toward the music, he could feel the melody pervade his body. He could scarcely believe there had been a time when he hadn't cared about music. Surely something that had had such strong effect on the body and mind alike also conveyed a deeper meaning. Osawa let the positive energy flow through him, buoying his spirits. At last, when his mood had sufficiently calmed under the music's influence, Osawa reached for the handset. I sure hope this man isn't here to kill me. That would suck. Who is this? The study door opened and a stolid-faced man appeared in the doorway. Okay, hi. I beg your pardon, Mr. Osawa. Would you mind coming to the living room for a moment? Hello? The detectives assembled in the living room all wore grave expressions. The room was brimming with tension, and Osawa felt it ramp up even further as he entered. What is it? He asked. Has something happened? The man who had come to find him turned to speak, hesitating at first. Yes. It turns out that, your other daughter, Hitomi, has been abducted by an unknown party. I knew it. Abducted? This is T. I mean, like, I called it. I was like, there's no way he's not the dad. As soon as he started bringing up this shit, and I was like, trials, I was like, I know what this is. Osawa's mind whirled. What are you talking about? Maria's the one who's been abducted. No, sir, you don't understand. I'm saying that Hitomi has also been abducted in addition to Maria. Don't be ridiculous. The night before, his daughter Maria gets kidnapped, and this morning his other daughter Hitomi gets carried off. When she goes to deliver the ransom, he'd never heard anything more outrageous in his life. We're sorry, sir. A detective was with her, but... The police went on to explain that Hitomi had somehow managed to end up all by herself and was all alone. Several individuals had forced her into a car and driven off. Osawa could barely comprehend what they were saying. His mind was in a fog. The detective's words seemed to grow quieter and quieter. Osawa's strength drained from his body. His ability to process external stimuli began to drift far away. It's not possible. It can't be. Could no one keep them safe? Not me. Not anyone? My girls, they told me. Maria. It's not true. This is all just a bad dream. Some kind of sick joke. It's not true. It's not. It's all just a bad dream. It's a lie. It's a twisted joke that someone made this up. Stop it. Stop saying this. Oh. I didn't even get to finish. Slowly the ceiling began to spin. Please tell me this is a nightmare. Please tell me this is true. It's not true. It's not. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Slowly the ceiling began to spin. Then Osawa's vision went awash with white. Baden. Osawa has had a complete mental breakdown when he learned that not just one, but both of his daughters were kidnapped. But surely there has to be someone who can help keep Hitomi safe. She's been on the run with Achi, but just what are they up to? The key to changing her fate and her father's lies with Achi's decisions at 11:05. Okay.
Huh?
Huh?
Haunt 148 minutes, time to change history.
We gotta change history, brah. But before we do that, I kinda wanna. Should we go to Achi right now, or should we go to the last person? Yo, thank you so much, Black Blue, for the 9 months, dude. Our Twitch baby's born. What are we naming it? I appreciate it so much. Enjoy. I think is 9 months into a new color badge. I don't actually remember. I think maybe. I don't know. If not, you know, just enjoy the one that you've been rocking. Yippee! I'm gonna name them Carl. Period. Ooh, my phone. Why? Go away. Why is my camera on? All right, we'll keep with the story. Let's go to Achi. The man with the cane aimed his gun at Hitomi, his face devoid of emotion. Now, hey, you ain't gotta do all this. Yo! I think technically you're the first person we might have seen with this because everybody else who's had 9 months have all been firsts. So we couldn't see the new thingies. But yeah, you are the neon green and neon pink split color because I love neon green and pink together. They slay. The man with the cane aimed his gun at Hitomi, his face devoid of emotion. Please, the girl said, trembling. Why are you doing this? But the man did not reply. Quickly, Achi stepped in between Hitomi and the gun, spreading his arms wide. Stop, he said in English, one of the few English words he knew. He quickly reverted back to Japanese. Who the hell are you? I can't remember what voice I gave him last time. Still, the man did not respond. You know this guy, Hitomi? No. Achi was sure he'd never seen this man either. Yo, Dex, thank you so much for the raid again. Welcome in. I'm hoping the stream was slay as per usual. We're playing 428 Shibuya Scramble, which is a visual novel where you get a bunch of bad endings and you have to change history so it cannot be a bad ending and be a good ending instead. And this is my second time playing it. Like my second session. This is my first overall time. Low-key mad you can't swap between Founder's Badge and the normal sub badge. I really thought you could. Or I just assumed you would have gotten both of them. It's so annoying that you can't swap or have both. Like, okay, Founder's Badge, that's cool, but also I want the silly little sub badge. Oh, the slayest. I finished chapter 1 out of 3 of Baldur's Gate 3. People really want me to play Baldur's Gate. People really want me to play Elden Ring too, and I'm like, I fear I would be ass at both of those games. I have been hating this fact for so long. It's so stupid that you can't swap. It really is. You should. You would love Baldur's Gate 3. I'm afraid to be like, I'm gonna be like so late to the hype because like everybody had their like Baldur's Gate 3 hype moment like ages ago. If I did play it, it'd have to be after Final Fantasy VII because if I remember correctly, I don't know if this is Elden Ring or Baldur's Gate. One of them is a lot of gigabytes. So, in Final Fantasy VII, I believe it was like really a lot of gigabytes to download as well. So, I don't want to have multiple really big downloads because I still have Final Fantasy 15 downloaded, which is like 100 gigabytes. So, did some cool shit, found some cool stuff, killed some people. It's amazing. Dude, I love that for you. And you can set the difficulty? Oh, you can? Listen, I am interested in simply doing the dating bullshit. Because I think it's funny. I think every game should have dating options. I just think it spices things up. It's like, you know, your players are gonna want it, so like just add it in. You would if you knew what to do after a bit. You'd love it. There's so many people starting right now. Is there like a renaissance happening? Oh yeah, I did balanced first, failed. Now I'm on explorer mode, and it's my favorite game ever. Ooh, okay. Yeah, Asterion. Isn't that the vampire guy, right? What are you after? Money? 'Cause if you are, boy, are you wasting your time chasing us. The man furrowed his brow, adjusting his point of aim to Achi's face. His bloodthirsty gaze left Achi. No doubt that he was willing to pull the trigger. Reflexively, Achi took a step back, his foot clattering against a discarded beer bottle. We're going to get gunned down for sure. Unless we can find some way to catch this guy off guard. He didn't need to be much. It didn't need to be much. If Achi could just distract the gunman for a moment, buy himself the briefest window. Shoot me then. Go on, do it. He stepped forward as he shouted, hoping the provocation would confuse the guy for just long enough. Oh! Even as Achi moved, the gunman's attention was distracted for an instant by a sudden sound. The phone in his breast pocket was ringing. His titty pocket, even, if you will. Yes, I romanced him and am cosplaying him. My husband, I swear to God. He's the definition of slay. Listen, you know, I would have to see who struck my fancy. I'm not gonna just go with the most popular option. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes who I pick ends up being the most popular option, and then sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? Seeing his chance, Achi, guys, what should we do? Lunge forward in an attempt to wrest the gun away. B, snatch up the beer bottle and swing it at the assassin, or grab Hitomi and run. I really don't think we should grab her and run, because then he'll just be like, turns around, shoots you because you're running in a straight line. I feel like we have to do something to him. I don't think we're gonna be able to, like, wrestle him. He probably... No way, actually, aren't we good at fighting, though? I think... let's try the beer bottle, though, I think, first. He's so diva. He's like vampire, gay, and traumatized. I love this dude. There are tons of choice for you to pick from. Sheesh. Yeah, let's do bottle. Seeing his chance, Achi snatched up the beer bottle and swung it at the assassin. The man narrowly avoided being struck, but he staggered wildly off balance. Hitomi! Achi grabbed her by the hand and dashed out of the club. The two sprinted away through the side streets and alleys of Shibuya. Shibuya. Achi began to feel as if they were running some maddening maze. I'm gonna continue my simping and go to bed. Have an amazing stream. Yo, have fun, and thank you so much for the raid. Enjoy your night. Before long, the two had made it almost as far as Aoyama. Wait up. Huh? Oh. Wait up. Huh? Achi, wait up! What? Like, they're so... Tell me right now, they're so, like, Yakuza 0, Majima, and Makoto coded right now. Tell me not. Tell me not. Achi glanced back at Hitomi. Ah, my bad. Guess we've been running pretty hard. You tired? Hitomi shook her head. No, it's just... I have to get to Dojin... Oh god, I don't even... How do I say this? Dogenzaka! My head wants to say, I'm seeing Doge, and I'm like, Doge. Doge and Sokka, I don't know. What for? What could she possibly need to do there, now? That's what I was told when I handed over the attaché case. The man leaned to whisper to Hitomi as he reached out for the case. You're going to do exactly as I tell you. 2 things. He wore a cool, feigned smile, as if this were some casual conversation. First, you're gonna go to the Daugenzaka and get in the blue van there. Hitomi nodded wordlessly. Second, you will not attempt to contact either the police or your family in the meantime. Well, technically she hasn't done that. His chilling tone brooked no argument. Just those 2 things, and we'll let your sister go. Hitomi nodded again. The man flashed her a big, bright grin. Okay, then. Give me the money. You know that's dumb, right? Like, they're not going to release your sister if you go with them. Like in Deer. I guess Doe is right. Yeah, you should. What do you mean? You should have written in Doe. With a W, I'm reading that Dow. Dogenzaka? A blue van in Dogenzaka, huh? Achi muttered. So that's why you said the police were a no-go. Yes, exactly. Hitomi's voice betrayed her desperation. I wonder if your sister's in that van, then. If she is, then we've got to hurry. The issue lay in how to get to Dogenzaka. Ain't that the question? They could probably avoid their pursuer if they kept to the streets only the locals usually knew about. That meant staying off the more well-trafficked routes like Roppongi Dori, or the stretch between oh god, there's so many Japanese words. I'm struggling so hard, y'all. I'm sorry. Miyamasuzaka and the station. The side roads south of the station were their best bet. It also, I don't know, it's very hard for me to read this font on the backgrounds. My dyslexia is kicking in. All of these things combined. It's a struggle. It was going to be a long detour. Alright, come on. Turning, Achi headed back the way they'd come. After a moment's confusion, Hitomi followed. Achi? There was a note of worry in her voice. Hey, don't sweat it. I actually live in I keep having to be like, stop. Looks over. Dokenzaka. We're headed right back to my old neighborhood. Hitomi bowed her head. Thank you so much. Hey, it's no problem. I had to head home anyway. Achi gave her a grin, and she cracked a tiny smile of her own. That was kind of scary. Hey, you two, got a minute? Achi looked around. A pair of men approached from across the street. Oh my god, look at these fucking loan sharks. What do you want? There's something shady looking about them. I mean, bro, if anybody rolls up to me looking like this, I'll be like, bro, get your ass out of here. I'm like, okay, so you played one Yakuza game and think you know everything about them. We need to get you a chart. It's like a chart of 50 syllables used in Japanese. Every word is made up of a mixture of those syllables. I just have to be like, hold on, guys, let me find it. Listen, I'm gonna say, I think I have it. I think I have it where on Throne, y'all can just buy whatever you want. Even if it's not on the wish list. A pair, and I can frame it on my wall so I can look up right above my monitor and it'll be there. Hey. Oh no, I read that part already. There's something shady, right? Shut up, phone. Achi's protective instincts kicked in, and he stepped in front of Hitomi like a mother bird. If these guys meant trouble, he wanted to be ready. We just want to ask you something. Okay, then ask it from over there. Don't come any closer. If you come any closer, you're gonna get the 1-2. The younger of the two men drew in closer, a sharp gleam in his eye. Word. Achi braced himself. Ask us what? You know where the Nokane building is? Who, us? No, we don't know where that is, right, y'all? Yeah, we don't know that building. The man held up a flyer. It was some sort of health food sales demo. Come on, man, the Nokane building. You know where it is or not? Achi knew that name. Wasn't that one of the buildings on the center guy? That was near Dogenzaka, the same direction he was going. No harm in helping a couple of lost dudes, bro. I'm not helping sketchy people. The fuck? No harm in helping a couple of lost dudes. Achi pointed them in the direction of the center. I don't like the thought of these two following Hitomi and me. Achi pointed them in the opposite direction from the center. Yeah, man. I don't like the thought of these two following Hitomi and me. Achi pointed them in the opposite direction. Pretty sure it's that way, he said. Thanks, man. Sorry to bug ya. Hey, man, ain't no problem. The two men headed off toward the main road. You know, I feel a little bit bad, but they were gonna take out my guy who's gonna pay me, so couldn't let that happen. Achi and Hitomi hurried onwards, following the sparsely trafficked side streets towards Dogenzaka. I don't think I even knew this part of Shibuya was here, Hitomi said as she looked around. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I used to mess around in this neighborhood when I was a kid. Did not expect them to just walk away. Hey, man, they just wanted their directions. They were like, hey, you know how to get here? Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. All right. Thank you. You have a good one. You know, they can't be Yakuza-ing all the time. They had to save it for their real victim. The area was a mishmash of run-down residences and office buildings. Almost nobody ever comes here unless they live or work on one of these streets. And check it out. Over there, a rare first-hand glimpse of the Shibuya River. Guys, Shibuya River! A minor river that runs from the Miyamasu Bridge to the Tengen Bridge. Depicted in the 36 views of Mount Fuji by Edo period ukiyo-e artist Hokusai. In Hokusai's time, fireflies were collected from the Shibuya River and presented to the shogun, lending credence to the idea that the river was indeed clean in the past. Have you always lived in Shibuya, Achi? Yep, born and raised. Achi bent down to pick up a piece of trash from the roadside. That's why I do this. It just pisses me off to see folks make a mess of this place. He picked up another piece of trash. I don't have a job, so I just pick up garbage every day. Man, what am I even doing? Like, clean up even matters right now. Hitomi took a long, hard look at his face. What? He demanded. What is it? You're a strange one, Achi. That's so? She was right, of course. It was sort of strange collecting trash every day instead of getting a job. He had his reasons for it, but they weren't important right now. Right now, the important thing was getting Hitomi to Dogenzaka. Come on, he murmured. Oh, I'm sorry. A sudden angry shout broke the silence as they hurried along. Hey, hold it right there! Achi and Hitomi stopped, but the shout wasn't directed at them. Further up the road, a group of thuggish-looking men were having some kind of argument. Dude, now I really feel like I'm playing Yakuza. And once again, we leave him alone. Listen, I got my own business to deal with. I'll see you later. Further up the road, a group of thuggish-looking men were having some kind of argument. The man who was shouting had grabbed one of the others by the neck. Idiots! And you still got the gall to call yourselves SOS? The Studs of Shibuya. A youth gang operating out of Shibuya founded by Aichi Endo. Its current leader is Susumu Nishizawa. Dude, I started this? I mean, yes, Susumu, but the other men standing around looked distinctly uncomfortable. It takes money to run an organization. No, I know. It's not like you're Achi or nothing. I thought you could maybe spare some help on that front, boss. The top dog, the man in charge, the head honcho. Here refers to the leader of SOS, Susumu. A change in leadership can really shake up an organization. The new boss's personality and disposition are a huge factor in whether the group continues to prosper. The fact that Susumu is being asked to spare some help on the monetary front suggests that he still has things to learn about being in charge. Hitomi looked at Achi when the stranger spoke his name. I'd be like, oh, no, listen, it's not like that. I mean, it is like that, but like, it's not like that. He smiled awkwardly, then turned back to the altercation. Shut your mouth, Susumu barked. How dare you say Achi's name in my presence? Hey, Achi called out. What was that about me? As soon as they saw him, the other men went pale. Achi kept his tone casual as he strolled up to the group. Susumu, you can't just give the guy a beatdown in broad daylight. To mess someone up super bad, usually with punches and kicks. Don't want to shock the upstanding people of our fair city. Achi. Susumu glared. Can we drop the pleasantries? Aye. Achi replied with a hint of a sneer. You got it, Susumu. And I'd like to point out, we're not on a first name basis. With that, Susumu turned and stalked away. His buddies followed again, leaving Achi and Hitomi alone again. Did you know that guy? Hitomi asked. His name's Susumu Nishizawa. Yeah, I know him. Oh, I thought I did. Used to be friends way back. Me and those guys were all part of the same crew, but I bailed a little while ago. Achi fell silent. To his To his great relief, Hitomi didn't pry further. Achi and Hitomi had gone a short distance. Further, when he caught sight of a man picking something up alongside the train tracks. Huh, I wonder. Achi went over to him. Hey man, you picking up trash by any chance? Huh? The man let out a panicked shout. Taisei Yasuda, 35 years old, just opened up a knick-knack shop in Shibuya. Achi knows Shibuya like his own backyard, but this Yasuda guy is new enough that Achi doesn't recognize him. Sorry, just kind of looked like that's what you were doing. Gay relief? I mean, maybe. On the playgrounds where I spend most of my days. Oh, yeah, I'm picking up trash, of course. The guy seemed pretty unnerved. Like, I just got to thinking, man, this place is filthy. What a wild picture. Right on! Audrey clasped the man's hand in his own. Someone else who gets it! Show him the shirt, Achi. And they do? Totally! I see all this trash all over the place, and I can't stand it. Oh, yeah, sure. The man breathed a sigh of relief. I can't stand it when someone throws away something that blah, blah. I can't stand it when someone throws something away when it can still be useful. I hear that. That's the spirit. Achi pulled out the trash he had stuffed in his pocket. Here you go. Huh? Go ahead, have all of it. The man looked dumbfounded. Usually I go around picking up the trash around here, but I got a little thing I gotta do today. You got it from here. I'm counting on you. What? Actually, I'm kind of... Great, thanks. Achi beamed in approval, then rejoined Hitomi and headed on down the street. The man let out a sigh. Fine. Assuming he's like a scrapper. Slipping through a narrow back alley, they came out near the top of Dogenzaka. Achi looked down the hill but didn't see a blue van anywhere. He and Hitomi started making their way down towards Shibuya Station. But before we can find out what goes down at Shibuya Station, we're going to do a little quick BRB. So please enjoy your lo-fi beats. Feel free to send sound effects if you so wish. Or TTS. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll be back. I'm back. Hello, hello. Let me minimize this shit. Tab back into the game. There we go. Alright, so we're just about to head down toward Shibuya Station. Hitomi muttered to herself, I don't see it parked around here. Her face twisted up with worry. It was a lot harder to find street parking closer to the station. Hitomi, hold up. Achi suddenly had a different Achi had a sudden idea. He darted into a nearby soba restaurant, motioning for Hitomi to follow. Hey, he called out to the proprietress. A sharp-eyed, middle-aged woman. You're looking as lovely as ever today, I see. Oh, Achi. Are you done collecting trash for the day? The lady took a look at Hitomi, her eyes lighting up. This is not my girlfriend. Stop. Maki Yoenda. When she was 19, she happened to stop by this place and was captivated by the chilled curry soba. By day's end, she had decided to make the restaurant her new home, married the owner at the age of 22, and they managed the establishment together. Last year, her husband of 30 years passed away. Aww. Now she safeguards the generations-old secret of chilled curry soba on her own. Is this your girlfriend? Huh? Oh no, it's nothing like that. The proprietress was undeterred. Oh, she looks just like a model. She's the spitting image of me at that age. My. Archie's got himself a girlfriend. I said it's not like that. The woman waved Hitomi over. Now, you know Archie's got a bit of a mouth on him, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's a sweet boy. Okay. Hitomi forced a polite smile to her face. I just know Archie's like, I'm gonna curl up into a ball on the floor and cry. He's like, I'm really sorry, Hitomi. I didn't think she was gonna give you that kind of talk. He'll try to deny it, but don't you listen. Has he told you about Suzune? Ma'am, please. Ma'am, please. Achi jumped in on the conversation. You gotta hear me out. Whatever's the matter? I'm just trying to talk up your good points. Have you seen a van parked around here? A van? Let me think. Yes, come to think of it, there was. A blue one, she added confidently. Hitomi leaned forward. Where is it now? She asked. Well, I'm not really sure. I don't keep a close eye on things outside, after all. That's a lie. You women this age are the nosiest MFs you'll ever see. They know more than a fucking undercover cop staking out a place. Hitomi slumped. I see. I know it doesn't look like it, but I've been quite busy today. The man who makes my noodles came by earlier to settle accounts, and we fought and fought over it. No head for finances, that one. That's his problem, honestly. And on top of that, of course, my part-timer Masa has to have today off, honestly. First-year student at Midoriyama Academy, a sweet young man who works as a part-time delivery driver. for Dogen Hut, and sends all of his leftover money to his mother out in the country. Lately, however, he's gotten himself a girlfriend and has been sending money back home less frequently. His noodle house job doesn't pay enough to both support his mom and cover his dating expenses, so he's scheming for a way to make it rich quick. Ooh, he's gonna get in contact with the wrong people. I wonder if this is the guy who is doing like the drink thing. Achi frowned. Had she really seen a blue van, or was she just being chatty? I mean, the odds of her saying blue van specifically. Okay, we have a choice. Older women who ran tobacco shops or noodle houses did seem to have a knack for spotting details, but women of her age weren't always the most reliable. No, they know this shit. Older women who ran tobacco shops or noodle houses did seem to have a knack for spotting details. I keep saying Achi decided to follow up some more. Was there anything unusual about this van? Well, let me think. The woman frowned, pausing a moment in thought. Aha! A flash of recollection shone in her eye. That's right, now I remember. I think there were some foreigners sitting inside. See, that's all too coincidental. Achi and Hitomi exchanged glances. They were both like, y'all, we got him. Yes, I'm sure of it. The man who makes my noodles said he saw it too. Was there anything else? Oh, was there anything else? Hitomi asked. No, not that I can remember. I guess, like, we waited too long to get here, so it didn't work. But, I mean, that's good, because then she would have gotten kidnapped, right? Hitomi hung her head in frustration as they left the soba shop. Achi did his best to cheer her up. Hey, we might still find the car. Well, let's try waiting around here for a while. Just waiting? What good will that do? It's possible that they went looking for you when you didn't show, Achi said. Maybe they'll come back, you know? He sat down at the edge of the planter outside the restaurant. But the criminals already have the money, she said anxiously. Even Achi understood the implications. Now that the crooks had the ransom, their hostage was nothing but a liability. Why take the risk of letting her go when they already had what they wanted? The situation was bad. Very bad. The situation was bad, very bad. Still, just running around Shibuya willy-nilly was only going to tire and frustrate them. That is true. Achi wanted to make sure Hitomi had the chance for a little break. We don't have anywhere else to look, so let's just give it 10 minutes, okay? He said. Hitomi seemed unconvinced. She looked like she might just march off down Dogenzaka at any moment. I understand how you must feel, but you know what they say. Slow and steady, stay in place. I don't think that's what they say. Hitomi burst out laughing. What's so funny? It's slow and steady wins the race. For real? Guys, he said it. For real? Hold on. Put my charger back. Hitomi smiled and they sat down beside him. For real? Alright, she said. We can wait here for 10 minutes. Cool. We've run enough races today already, alright? Hitomi kept her eyes on the cars passing through Dogenzaka for a while. Then she murmured softly to Achi. Thank you so much for everything. Really. You can thank me after we find this van. I'm sure if I'd been by myself, I'd have been in too much of a panic to do anything. What can I say? I try to keep my head up and face things as they come. You're quite the optimist, aren't you? Achi grinned. He tried to recall what optimist meant. He was pretty sure it had something to do with doctors. I mean, that's an optometrist. Or maybe glasses. The shy, sweet look on Hitomi's face as she said it, though, made him figure it probably wasn't a bad thing, whatever it was. Cars drifted on by, one after the other. Why, we're not even, like, facing the road. How are we supposed to know if the van comes back? We're not even looking at the road. We're just facing away from the road, actually. But they saw no sign of the blue van. After a while, even Achi began to grow impatient. It was starting to feel like a waste of time. And then... it's here, it's here, it's here. Hitomi, look! There it was. Oh shit, they're locking me out. Rude. Okay, I think we'll do our last intro character, and then that'll be it for today. The Super Cub 90 raced down Route 246 towards Shibuya. Oh. The Super Cub 90. That's a crazy name. A motorcycle produced by Honda with an 85cc engine displacement, a common sight around town, often used by newspaper and postal delivery workers. Many owners are big enthusiasts, sometimes even swapping out parts such as handlebars or mufflers and giving the body a repaint, resulting in fashionable bikes that don't even look like Super Cubs at first glance. Okay. The speedometer remained at a steady 60 kph. Pumping the gas harder was no use. This was as fast as the bike would go. I don't know how fast and or slow that is, to be honest. Minorikawa shouted as he sped along. Damn it, I am not letting you die! He jerked the handlebars and blew past a truck on the inside. The driver scowled as he shot by. What? 37 miles per hour is crazy. That's so slow. And he thinks he's going so epically fast. You maniac, you're trying to get yourself killed. Just the opposite. Minorikawa shouted back, I'm saving lives. The stoplight ahead. This is giving like Sonic music. The stoplight ahead turned red, cutting him off at the intersection. Oh, come on! He had no choice but to slam on the brakes. But his agitation boiled over as he waited for the signal to change again. How long's this thing gonna stay red? Hurry up already! He brought the bike right up to the very edge of the line, keeping the engine revved like a dragster ready to peel out. Not on time is not in my dictionary. The light turned red. Then, Minorikawa's own light turned green at last. He hit the accelerator as hard as he could. His engine died with a sputter. Huh? Oh, come on! What the hell? That's so embarrassing. Car horns blared angrily behind him. In a fury, he pulled his bike over to the side of the road. No matter what he did, the engine refused to turn over. Was the problem with the spark plug or maybe the battery? Whatever it was, he didn't have time to figure it out now. With tears in his eyes, he left the bike, his companion of 10 years abandoned on the roadside. Oh? He was about to break into a run when he saw a taxi dead ahead, letting out a passenger. He hurried to hop into the cab. Just head for Shibuya Station. I'll let you know exactly where once we get closer. The taxi driver nodded coolly. Of course, sir. 10 minutes. I need you to get me there in 10 minutes. The driver grimaced. I'm afraid getting there in 10 minutes is a bit. 15 then. Sir, that's still... Look, that's all the time I can afford. Assuming the traffic conditions cooperate, sir, then maybe. I can't make any promises. Minorikawa looked at the driver's ID photo above the fare meter. His name was Hachiro Kimizuka. He was a middle-aged fellow looking a little rough around the edges. Mr. Kimizuka, I choose you for this. You can do it. Choose me. Sir, I'm pretty certain we met by chance. Okay, I suppose you could phrase it that way. Anyway, can we get going? Right. Kimizuka said with a faint sigh. I'll see what I can do. The taxi pulled away at a decent clip. Minorikawa's frantic journey had started 20 minutes earlier. He'd been at home working on an interview piece. Chad, can you pick that up? Can you pick that up? Guys, pick up the phone! He clucked his tongue in annoyance as the ringing phone broke his train of thought. Why did someone always call right when the words were flowing? If he didn't keep getting interrupted, he probably could wrap this piece up in no time. Be quiet! He pointed at the telephone as he yelled, I'm writing here! But his shouting did nothing to silence the ringing. He didn't have much choice but to pick it up. Minorikawa speaking. There was no response. Hello? He hesitated, ready to hang up. Is this a prank call? It's me. It's Toyama. It was Taro Toyama, the president of Heaven Publishing, a publishing company that puts out both hard-hitting non-fiction books and tabloid-style scandal rags. The Invincible Journalist, penned by company president Toyama himself, was a candidate for the Japan Non-Fiction Prize. Burley said, oh. Oh, what do you want? If this is about work, I'm already booked pretty full. He'd taken work from Heaven Publishing on several occasions, but the pay was hardly competitive. Lately, he'd been turning them down a lot, so he hadn't heard from Toyama in a while. No, this isn't work-related. Then what do you want? I'm kind of pressed for time here, working on some copy. Minorikawa was in no mood to beat around the bush. It seemed like every conversation he had with Toyama went like this. You're busy. That's good. Busy's good when you're a freelancer. Toyama sounded unusually sympathetic. Minorikawa found it off-putting. Your sales have been good on your end, he said cautiously, with this month's 4-Star General Gossip and all. 4-Star General Gossip was a monthly magazine, Heaven Publishing's flagship publication. A magazine focusing on the private lives of celebrities and politicians. Most of the articles found in the pages are random nonsense, but 1 out of every 100 or so contains an actual major scoop, making it a difficult outlet to ignore. It had a small circulation and for the most part flew under the radar, but once in a while they'd land some big scoop and sell like crazy. This month's edition had come with a free scratch card, a gimmick that had moved 100,000 copies with ease. 5 winning symbols in a row wins 100,000 yen, was it? Minorikawa asked. Ayo. A weak, moist sound came through the receiver. Bro, is you dying? Pookie? Hello? Baffled Minorikawa listened more closely. It came again, then again. Kind of sounded like sobbing. Girl, are you good? Mr. Toyama, are you crying? I was about to use the aloe gif, but then I realized you don't have a joke ruined. I'm so sorry. There was another soft sob and then another. Bro, are you good? What's going on? Where are you? Minorikawa asked. At the office, Toyama managed. Is this guy good? He let out another mewling whimper. What's the matter? It's nothing. Well, it's gotta be something. Come on, what is it? Toyama gave no reply. Mr. Toyama? You still there? Silence. What is it? What happened? Look, doesn't tell me anything. What the hell is going on? Toyama squeaked out a drawn-out whine. Okay, I'm sick of this. I'm hanging up now. Minorikawa was about to break the connection when he heard Toyama murmur, "The only thing I can do now is die." Huh? The taxi lurched to a sudden stop as the driver slammed on the brakes. Oh shit. This is why you should be wearing a seatbelt. Minorikawa pitched forward, his face smacking against the back of the seat in front of him. Kimizuka stuck his head out the window. "Careful, buddy," he shouted at someone in the street ahead. "You're gonna get yourself killed." Oh my god, it's me! Minorikawa blinked the stars from his eyes and saw a man moving alongside the cab. The guy grabbed onto the handle of the back door. "Please, I need you to let me have this cab." "No way," Minorikawa snapped. Just who did this guy think he was? "Please, I'm begging you here. Look, I'm in a hurry, pal. Get your own cab." "I know how ridiculous this must sound, but please, this is really, really urgent." "Urgent?" "Yes, it's a matter of life or death. Please." The guy did look pretty desperate. "Look, I'm sorry, but I'm dealing with something urgent here, too." "Then let me ride with you. I'll pay for the whole fare. My entire future's on the line here." The guy was persistent. Maybe he was telling the truth. But Norikawa had problems of his own. "Sorry, buddy. It's life or death on my end, too. I gotta look after me and mine." "Right. So sorry to trouble you." Finally, the guy gave up and shuffled away. Guess it couldn't have been that much of a life-ending crisis after all. Norikawa checked his wristwatch. "Damn it. That just cost us 5 minutes." "I'll try to make it up, sir," the driver called back. The taxi lurched into motion, the engine quickly revving up to speed. Bro, what do you mean that was 5 minutes? Bro, you a cop just commandeered the vehicle? Yeah, but he's a nice guy, apparently, or something. Once inside the building, he avoided the elevator in favor of rushing up the stairs. Heaven Publishing rented out the 3rd and 4th floors. In all likelihood, Toyama would be at the editing department of the 4-star General Gossip on the 4th floor. Once he got there, however, the door was locked. "Mr. Toyama? Hey, Mr. Toyama!" He shouted and banged, but there was no reply. Something was seriously wrong. Minorikawa took a deep breath and then kicked the door in. Whoa. The sight as he stepped into the office filled him with horror. Minorikawa clutched the sides of his head. "I'm too late." Oh no. If only I'd gotten here a little sooner. I'm assuming we're gonna have to switch to, what's his name? Kano. To stop him from stopping the car. It's just 5 minutes. Minorikawa rushed to Heaven Publishing as fast as he could, but didn't get there in time to save Toyama. And, sad to say, it was really all Kano's fault. Damn. I mean, yes, but damn. Why does Kano want a taxi so badly? Check his 1110 timestamp and the situation might become clearer. T. How do I save in this game? Blackfield, do you remember? I'm like, does it auto save or I can't? I don't remember. Go into the time chart. Ooh, I just smacked the shit out of my mic. That hurt my wrist. Yeah, it was not controls. It must just autosave then. Try going into a scene. Yeah, it autosaves. Did you see? So it should start right there if I just if I ended the game right now. Bad ending list, time chart settings, control guide, back to title screen. You know, I'm not even gonna check. I'm just gonna assume that it worked. I'm just gonna assume that it worked. And I'll save that heartbreak for later if I so need it. Let me switch us over to the ending screen and also give you lo-fi beats. I need to start rating more people again, but like I'm just like always so CPEB. I don't know. I like, and I'm like, I just assume if I'm tired, then everybody else is also probably tired. Which I don't know if that's true, but that's usually how I feel. Just YOLO it, live dangerously. Exactly. I'm like, you know what? That's future me's problem. And I'm either gonna, you know, be happy with myself or I'm gonna be mad at myself. Well, you know, we'll see. We'll find out. Next stream is tomorrow with who knows what. I don't. And until next time, hit that follow button and take care of yourselves. And I'll see ya. Oh boy, yeah boy.